Okay. Okay, you guys, at this stage of the game, especially with the ILAT, especially with everyone running for the summit, especially those with teams. Okay, when we have teams, right, it's not about us, it's about our teams. And if you're not checking your Premier report a minimum of daily, you're doing your entire team a disservice, especially when you get down to the last week of the month. And maybe last week, the strategy that you had in place that you thought was going to help you with a rank or help your team hit a rank, if you're not checking that Premier report and you're not aware of those changes that are being made, how can you serve your team? Okay, you're operating without any knowledge. So it comes back to like what Tracy says about inspecting what you're expecting. You're expecting to hit a result at the end of the month, but you're not watching that Premier report for the changes, then you're not running your business. Then this is just like a little bit of a hobby, and you check, you go into your back office, you know, here and there, or when it serves you. But you guys, we have a team. We have people that rely on us. And until they are learning how to be strong business coaches, that's our job, right? We get compensated really, really well to serve our team. And that's what you should do. So at this stage of the game, like last month and every month going forward, you guys have to be on top of your Premier report, because you can't trust the fact of one of your coaches that they're checking it as often as you. And it surprises me when I talk to people that never open up their back office. How can you run your business efficiently if you're not looking at the data? So that's another thing I want to stress to you guys about running. You have to be aware. You have to be aware if you have to shift or change or adapt or do whatever needs to be done. Okay, this goes back to looking at your report. You have to let your team know where they're at. Not just at the beginning of the month, not just at the middle of the month, but every single person running, you should be in contact with them. People on my team, my coaches that we have, no one misses something because of one or two orders. And if they do, it's not because they didn't know about it. If they do, it's because they chose not to get into action, or they waited too long, or they weren't prepared. So you have to be there. You have to lead them. You have to think outside the box, especially when you're running for a goal. You have to be able to look outside of the parameters of what you think is going to get you there. Be willing to look up one of your coach's Premier report for the following month. I've done this for my team, that on the last day of the month, they're one or two orders shy and they're like stressing or freaking out. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's pull your Premier report for the next month. Let's look at those orders. You might have an order that's set to process on the first, second, or third of the month that you could incentivize that client to move their order up 1 month. And that may be something you haven't thought about, but this is about thinking outside the box. If you have somebody that's trying to qualify for anything, hit a rank, and you have a team, if let's say you're trying to hit blended ED right now for the summit, and you have one coach under you and they have one or two orders in, you guys, it's so possible to help them get 3 orders. Go in on an incentive with them, match the incentive, help them, be willing to help them. It's so much can happen in these last days. You guys cannot throw in the towel. So you got to think outside the box. You know, Chelsea's going to talk a little bit more, and we both talked about this, how, you know, everyone here, for the most part, everyone says they want to grow. They're willing to do anything. They're willing to do what it takes. But you guys really have to be real with yourself, and you really have to ask yourselves, you say you're willing to do whatever it takes, but the truth is you're not. If you're not being consistent on social media, if you're not willing to do a live, if you're not willing to expand your network and meet people, then the truth is you're not willing to do what it takes. And so sometimes that's a hard reflection, and sometimes it's hard to hear, but sometimes you need to hear it. I just want to stress to you guys right now, we have a week left. So much can happen. Many of you are trying to qualify for the summit. This event is very close to my heart. This event 2 years ago changed my entire outlook, my entire mindset, and my entire business. If it is at all possible for you to qualify, for you to help someone on your team qualify or get there, you guys got to do it. This event is incredible. It will bring so much value and really help you grow as a leader. But you guys, I'm telling you, go for it. Give it everything you have. Be willing to be vulnerable. Tell your mentor coach, I need help. I don't know how to get there. I want it. I just don't know what to do. You guys reach out for help. It's what we're here for. And that's a lot of what I have. I know Chelsea and I maybe bounce back off each other, but for the most part, you guys, if you want something, you have to believe it's achievable. You have to believe it's achievable, and you have to go there, and you have to give it everything you've got.
Christina,
I hope that helps.
Christina, yeah. That was awesome. I think I didn't record the first minute and a half. Can you just go back over about guarding your thoughts and your words and talk to them about how important it is to say that it can be done? Because sometimes we decide early in the month that it's not going to happen. So can you go over that real quick? So sorry.
Yeah, no worries at all. Okay, you guys, guard your thoughts and your words. What we project is what we get. So you definitely shouldn't be throwing in the towel at the beginning of the month, the middle, or at this stage. In fact, on the very last day of the month, you should be running. You don't give up until the last seconds of the last hour. If you go into this month thinking you're not going to achieve something, I promise you that's exactly what's going to happen. What we focus on grows. And if what we focus on are the things that we don't have, or the orders we're not going to get, or the coaches we can't find, that's exactly what we're going to get. You have to tell yourself that you are going to conquer this no matter what. You have to believe it. You have to see it. And you have to be willing to not operate out of stress. You have to operate with trust and surrender. And I know that's hard sometimes, and it's a practice, but you guys have to believe it. Everything is achievable. But if you go into it with negativity, if you go into it without believing you can do it, then I promise you, you won't be able to. I told myself a long time ago things that I wanted to achieve. I didn't know how. I didn't know when. I just knew it was gonna happen no matter what, however long it took. And I still have a long way to go. I have some big goals, and I can tell you with 100% certainty, they will come to fruition. I don't know when, but I know it will happen. And there's going to be obstacles, and I don't care. I'll blow right through them. You guys, you cannot give up. There's so much that can happen.
That was amazing. It was even better the second time around, and it was really good the first time. So here I am for some reason, and I don't even look like this anymore because my camera's not working. I don't look like this, not because my camera's not working, but my camera's not working. So Chelsea, I think you might be having problems with your internet. I keep seeing you pop on and off. Are you there? Can you unmute yourself?
I'm here.
Oh, you're awesome. Okay, good. Okay.
I just wanted to switch from my phone, or from computer to phone. Christina, that was so good. Christina is such a good example of, like, when you set your mind to something, you can achieve whatever you want. I remember doing makeup for her daughter in my studio, and she was asking me questions, and I think she started coaching a few months after I did. I can't remember how far apart, but anyway, she was just asking a lot of questions. She barely had any coaches. And one thing I admire about her is she asked questions, but she did the work. She did the work, and now we're here training together. So it just goes to show, like, what's possible, you know, if you just set your mind to something. So I love the end of the month, and I'll probably reiterate some of the things she shared, because it, like she said, it's so funny. We were talking on the phone, and we had the same stuff we want to talk about. So end of the month is so fun, you guys. And just like Tracy always says, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. It's truly, truly fun. And if you are not having a good September right now, I would ask you, are you starting enough conversations? Have you connected with more people? Are you doing the things that were taught on these trainings? September has been awesome, but it's awesome for the people that are actually doing the work, that are showing up and doing the work. So, questions to really ask yourself, what could I be doing better? We can all be doing better in some area. All of us can. So what area can you be doing better? I tell my coaches, like, if there's something that you're scared of doing, that's what you need to do. If you're scared of doing a Facebook Live, if you are scared of starting conversations on Facebook, do it, start it. And then the more you do, the better you'll get. Are you posting on Facebook? Are you being consistent right now? And, and it's not just a 3x3. And this is something I shared on a recent training, but are you adding value to people's lives? If you could have the mindset of, you know what, I'm just going to add value to someone's life for 3 months consistently without expecting to get anything, would you do it? Would you do that? And if we are in the mindset of, how can I help someone? How can I love someone today? How can I just be a friend and ask how they're doing, without having the intention to get people, I guarantee you're actually going to get clients from that when we just shift our mindset. So that's something that I try to do. Like, is this post adding value to someone's life today? How can I show me? How can I show the weird, quirky, crazy, dog-loving Chelsea to people? I want people to know who I am and want them to build a relationship with me over the computer, if that sounds weird or if that makes sense. And also, I had a really busy weekend this past weekend. And yes, I do health coaching full time. I am able to stay at home. And so I get, people that work full time and have jobs. And I do makeup on the side, but I had a crazy busy weekend, literally was gone all day, didn't get home till 10, barely sat down, had weddings all weekend. And I was thinking to myself, gosh, this was such a busy weekend. And I was thinking about health coaching, how busy people that use the excuse, oh my gosh, I just had a really crazy weekend. Oh, I've just been so busy. And I thought, you guys have no excuse to not be in action or to not share health coaching. You have more opportunity to start conversations, to connect with people. I actually met a few new people. I added them on Facebook. I show up telling people I'm a health coach. That just the first thing that comes out of my mouth. Yes, I love doing makeup. I will forever do that as long as people hire me, hopefully until who knows how old. But I tell them, but my main job is I'm a health coach. I help people get healthy. And so that's the first thing that comes out of my mouth. So I would ask you guys, if you've had a really busy weekend, those should be opportunities to connect with new people all the time. And I see a lot of you out and about. Are we showing up as health coaches, especially this last week of the month, trying to get to our goals? And also, don't give up too soon. Christina kind of talked about this, but I talked to a coach earlier today, and it's the 23rd, you guys. We have a week left in this month, and she said, I just don't think I'm going to make it to the summit. And this girl has already hit ED, and she has quite a few coaches left to hit senior coach that are very close. And I'm like, what are you doing? We have plenty of time. Do not give up too soon, you guys. So much time. And really, one thing that I've heard from lots of podcasts and just kind of what I've really believed is you don't say anything out loud you don't want to happen. So I'm really big into affirmations to myself. I'm a leader. I am organized. I am, any goal that I want to achieve, I say that out loud. And really the subconscious mind believes what you tell it. And then you're going to start to act upon that. So you guys, don't give up too soon. There's so much time. And believe in yourself. I think that is the biggest thing. It's like, you don't have to be Tracy. You don't have to, be Christina Coy or me or Melissa Smith or Heidi Villa. I'm like, I said your last name right, Josh. You are you. You are so beautifully made. You are so special. And I heard at this conference this weekend that someone's story needs to, you have a story that someone needs to hear. Whether it's health coaching, get health coaching kind of out of your mind. And isn't that funny? We're talking about health coaching, but you have value, you have life experiences that people want to connect with you. So be you, you know, whatever you love, your passion, show that through Facebook. And I always try to tell coaches, don't be an ad, you guys. Don't be a poster board for weight loss. We're not poster boards for weight loss. You know, it's good to show before and afters. It's good to show quotes. I love quotes, but be you, share authentically, share your life. People want to see what you eat, what you do, what you wear, you know, where you're hanging out. People want to see you, and they see you through social media. This is the way I built my business and continue to build my business. So I don't get out much. So this weekend was kind of fun because I had a busy weekend. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm out and about. And so as far as action steps, just going to give you guys a few action steps for the end of the month is number one would be ask for referrals. So I think that is, you know, awesome. An action step, ask your clients that are doing really well. Who else that you know needs to get healthy. I love referrals. I'll offer you $25, you know, offer them an incentive to, you know, get on plan. I would love to help your friends and family, and also coaches, or, you know, if you have people that want to be coached. Also, it's fall, so I love the post that asks people's opinion. I asked what everyone's favorite leggings are, and if you go back and look on my Facebook, I got over 100 comments. Everyone wants to give you their opinion. So I think a really good tangible post that really helps the algorithm and helps really connect with people. It's fall. It's the first day of fall. So maybe go and try in a cute fall outfit and ask people's opinion. Do you like this sweater or this sweater, you know, better? It's fall. So trying to, you know, prepare my outfits for fall. And so people love opinions. And also you can mention your weight loss. I've lost, you know, 30 pounds on plan, trying to fit in or buy, you know, fit into some new clothes and buy some new clothes. So that is a really good, that's a really good post. Also, people like to see your face. So any post that you do, try to put your face on Facebook at least once a day. I've heard that on another podcast, and I try to do that. If you want to talk about water, try to post your picture, your face with your Yeti or your water. If you're talking about a candle, show your face. People want to see you, not just a quote all the time. What else? And then also here's another thing is when your mentor coach gives you advice, do it immediately, you guys. I want to use Heidi as an example. As you know, Team VIA hit FIBC last month for the first time. And it was the last day of the month, and me and Heidi are running. This girl's pregnant, she's tired, but she was just going strong. And I gave her a suggestion, and she immediately did it. And, you know, just when you are given that advice, do it right away. And she did. She hit her goal because we worked as a team. We actually worked very closely the whole month. So, and what else do I have? And then also reach out to someone every single day this week. So just without an agenda, reach out to someone and let them know that you're on their heart. Let them know that you've been thinking of them, or just say hi. Just be a friend. You know, there a lot of people just need to know that you're thinking of them. So do that. If you can commit to doing that every day, also the conversations. But if you keep it simple, if you're overwhelmed with 3 conversations a day, just start by reaching out to a friend. That's a conversation, and just letting them know you're thinking of them. Start there. Start at least with 1, and then move your way up. So that's kind of it. I really like this quote. It said, "Say yes, you'll figure it out afterward." Just like, okay, I'm going to go on that trip. I'm going to do it. I don't know how, but guess what? I'm going to do it. And that's kind of how I've reached all my goals. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm saying yes. I'm manifesting it out loud. I'm believing in it, and it's going to happen. And I'm reading the comments. Yes, mountain casual. So that is kind of it. Also, Tracy wanted me to mention about orders. If you guys did not see, we all got an email last week, and we also put in all the threads. But the warehouse is kind of expanding the warehouse operating system. So orders will be processing early. So you want to make sure we reach out to all the clients so that they're not surprised that the order gets processed 2 or 3 days early. And I kind of left an example in the Slate Coaches thread, but you just want to reach out to them and say, hey, Susie, just letting you know that our warehouse is expanding. You know, we're just kind of buttoning up on some operating systems. So with that being said, your orders will process a few days early. Make sure you go in and log in and change anything just in case and give them heads up. So that's it, you guys. Hope that added some value today, but there's so much time. Believe in yourself. You guys are awesome. You guys all showed up, and just know that when you show up, you go up. That's all.
Christina, any last sentiments? Anything you want to, I mean, Chelsea just freaking killed it. But was there anything that you didn't get to, or any way you want to wrap it up? You guys just laid it all out there. I love it.
I loved everything Chelsea said. And I mean, the thing that has just been strong on my heart ever since you asked us to train is you guys have to believe it's possible. If you don't think it's possible, 100% isn't. You have to believe it. It doesn't mean you have to know exactly how it's going to happen, but you have to know it, believe it, want it, and be willing to do the work. Give it everything you have, because at the very minimum, if you fall short a little bit, at least you gave it everything you had. At least you're further ahead than you were. You guys have to believe it, and you have to give it everything you have. You cannot just post and pray and wait. It won't work. It won't work. So if it is your true desire to attend Summit, if it is your true desire to end this year strong, then I can tell you right now that the work you're doing right now is going to dictate how you feel on the last day of 2019.
You know, both of these ladies bought the same $200 kit that we all did. We all start at the very same place. I remember saying back in the day, don't miss a training unless you have to. Like, don't miss a training unless you have to miss a training. And Chelsea would say that, especially in her early days, over and over and over. I will not miss a training. I will make sure I catch a training, whether if she can't catch it live, it's always the recording. And same with Christina. You know, all of these mentors deposit into just our mind, and that is how we grow. We just keep filling up and filling up and filling up. So if it's trainings that are a missing link to what you're doing, get on the trainings. If it's activity, do the activity. If you're in your own way, get out, because the only difference between where you are right now and where some of these other leaders are is time and getting out of their own way. And so they've just heard more no's than you have. But they've also heard more yes than you have, only because they've done the work, even on the days when they didn't feel like it. And so I just challenge you guys to rise up and take this last week and up your goal of how many clients that you want to start. And it's not just starting clients, you guys. When we're transformational health coaches, it's changing lives. So how many lives are you going to change by the end of the month? How many people are you going to give hope to? How many people are you going to inspire? How many people are you going to sprinkle on? What does that look like? So I just challenge you to up that a little bit, not just for you, but if you have coaches, get your goals and push them out of the way and start helping your team reach their goals. Just run every single day. Pull your numbers every single day. You will start to see all the things coming true that these ladies just talked about. So she believed she could, so she did. He believed he could, so he did. So happy Monday, you guys. Get out there and make it happen. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Christina. Thanks, Chelsea. You guys were amazing, per usual. Good night, guys.